Hey team, how you doing? Good to see you all. Welcome to day 4 of this 5-day challenge. Today is called Eat the Frog. It's not actually about eating frogs, just in case you didn't know. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this bonus challenge. I've really enjoyed teaching it all week, and I've loved seeing all of your comments in the group and interacting with everybody and just, getting deep down and dirty with everybody in the trenches. And so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it too. Tomorrow is the last day of this masterclass. Laura is going to be taking tomorrow's masterclass live. I am hopefully going to be joining in from Marbella in Spain. We're going to be giving away the scholarships to those who have applied, and we are also going to be giving away $10,000 in cash. Woohoo! And as a very special treat just for you guys, we are going to reopen I was going to say Sculpt and Shred. We are going to reopen the Extreme Body Makeover Over 40 program this weekend only for those of you who've gotten re-inspired this week and are ready to jump into the program. Even though you thought you weren't going to do it, you're like, you know what, after everything I've been through with Kim, I know that she is the woman to teach me. Hopefully that is what you were thinking. And her team is the team to support me, and I'm going to jump in because after this weekend, I mean, it's already closed at the minute, but it actually closes for good on Monday because the photographs are being taken on Monday. Start of the competition is Monday, and everything really kicks off from there. And the program is closing on Monday, and then if it reopens, it will reopen at the new price of $1,997. So if you want to get in at 50% off and join this competition this time around, I don't know that we'll ever run this program again, just as an FYI, because the whole company structure is changing this year because we're launching Only Fitness, which is my new app. So I'm not even sure that we're ever going to run another competition. This may be our last Sculpted Vegan competition if Only Fitness takes off the way that I want it to. If it doesn't, we may run another competition, but I really just don't know at this stage. So if you're thinking, I'll wait and join the next one, that is absolutely not what you should do. And in fact, this masterclass today is going to tie right into that procrastination, because that is what many of us do. Instead of just jumping in and going for it right now, we put it off, and then sometimes we completely miss our chance, and I don't want that to happen to you. So not scaremongering you in any way. Anyone who's followed me for a while on Instagram will know we've been building Only Fitness now for 2 years and 4 months. And we are launching it this year. And if it does take off the way I think it's going to take off, the whole company structure is going to change, and the Sculpted Vegan will actually no longer exist in its current format. I'm not sure what format it will change to, but just as an FYI, that is what is going to be happening. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, today is called Eat the Frog. I wanted to talk about something that I see happening all the time in my fitness communities, and actually something that used to happen to me years ago. And I realized very early on that actually doing this thing was not good, and that I had made a big mistake. And I know that it's something a lot of people do. And then whenever I began to look back over the reasons why I'd done it, I realized that I had chosen the easiest path, which is what humans do. So let me tell you what it was. So whenever I first downloaded Emily Skye's program way back in 2016, I think it was, or maybe it was 2016. So I saw Emily Skye's program. I was totally blown away by how she looked. I was like, I want to look like that. I downloaded the program. It came in 3 different parts. So the first part was a total body kind of transformation, which was a month long. The second part was a gluten and leg focused workout. And then the third part, I think, was building your upper body. And so you could either do, one and then the other, or you could just choose one bit that really worked for you. So I was like, well, I just really want to grow my glutes, so I'm just going to focus on that. So I remember downloading the PDF, and everything was in one PDF, kind of like how we used to do it. So I started reading the PDF, and as I was reading it, I realized I was like, this is too much. Like, I was excited to start, right? I was just like, I just want to get to the workouts. I just wanted to tell me what I have to do. I want to get to the gym. I want to get started, right? I was really excited to get started because I had seen my glutes in the mirror. I'd realized that they were looking like an old woman's butt, and I didn't want to have an old woman's butt. I wanted to change it. I wanted to change as fast as possible. I wanted to change it now. So I was like, give me the workouts. Tell me what to do. I want the results. I know how to get them. I'm willing to work for them. Just let me at it. So I downloaded her program and I started to read it, and I began to get bored reading it because there was so much information, right? Maybe you can relate to one of my programs. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is someone else you know, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But let me tell you what happened to me. Started reading the program. Far too much information here. Oh my God. Like, I'm so bored reading this. I don't need, kind of skim. Yeah. Glute building, muscle. But yeah. Okay. Very good. Right. Just give me the workouts. So when I realized I actually had to read all this information, I decided not to, and I just jumped straight to the workouts. And then I looked at all the nutrition. And I was like, oh, all these recipes and meal plans. And and I looked at it and I was like, do you know what that just looks like? Hard work. So what did I do about it? Nothing. And I went straight to the workouts, downloaded the workouts, and printed them out, made a little booklet out of them, and went into the gym the next day. And so I trained really hard in the gym, started training every day, doing the workouts, training really hard, felt really good about myself afterwards. And after, I was a chronic undereater. And so I would come out of the gym and I would be absolutely starving because I'd hardly eaten anything that day. And then I'd be like, oh, I remember reading somewhere that you're kind of supposed to have like food after you train, like you're supposed to fuel your muscles. I was like, I wonder what I should be using. I was like, well, I definitely don't want to eat any carbs because, like carbs are like the devil. They make you fat. So I really should just be eating protein. So I would like have a protein shake but I definitely was not filling up on carbs. So I trained and trained and trained for 3 months, completely ignored all of the nutrition section of the program, didn't read any of the information, just downloaded the gym program and followed the gym program and lifted as heavy as I could. So fast forward 3 months, I found myself a trainer, decided I wanted to do a bikini competition, and I started training with Curtis. And the first thing on the first day that Curtis asked me before I had lifted a weight was, what's your nutrition like? Yeah, my nutrition's really good. How many calories do you eat a day? I was like, huh? And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, what are your macros? I was like, well, what's a macro? And so I told Curtis, oh yeah, I've been training really hard in the gym. He said to me, have you done any training? Oh yeah, I'm an experienced trainer. I've been training for 3 months, right? Oh yeah, I'm an experienced trainer. Yeah, experienced. So whenever someone says to me, I'm an experienced trainer, I'm like, I think back to my early days of being an experienced trainer where I thought just showing up to the gym and following a gym program for 3 months made me an experienced trainer. So Curtis treated me like an experienced trainer and said to me, what are your macros? And I was like, what's a macro? He was like, your macros, your proteins, carbs, and fats. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? What are they? Do you want me to explain what a protein is? He was like, no, how many grams of each are you eating a day? It's like, I don't know. So he was like, I thought you said you were an experienced trainer. I was like, I am. I've been training in the gym for 3 months. He was like, a trainer eats and trains. You don't just train, you eat and train. And I was like, oh, so no clue. So Curtis started me counting my macros. And he did like a whole plan for me. And he was married to Laura, head trainer Laura at the time. And he actually had Laura do all my macros for me. So the irony is that Laura created my first bodybuilding plan for me. And now Laura works for me as head trainer of the company. Isn't that so funny? So anyway, he had me, he created a whole plan for me. He realized that I was eating, when I started tracking, 1,200 calories a day consistently. He started me on 1,800 calories and I started tracking my macros and calories and I started training with Curtis. Now, in fairness, I have always been the kind of person who will train pretty hard. But whenever I went to train with Curtis, of course, my training intensity increased. I didn't really know what training hard was until I went to train with a trainer. And then I didn't actually know what training hard was until I went to train with Mark Getty. And then when I started training with Mark, I realized what it actually meant to train to failure. So I started training and I started eating and my body went boom, like my muscles started to explode. I started to put on incredible size. I started to make incredible strength gains. Everything changed. And really, yes, I was lifting a little heavier, but I wasn't really training anymore consistently. I'd been training 5 days a week in the gym. I'm the kind of person who will push myself really hard. I've been going up and up and up in weights. My husband had been spotting me. So my gym training was pretty good. But the only real difference that I made was in my nutrition. Now, what is the moral of this story and why is this masterclass called Eat the Frog? Because in the beginning, I was excited to start and I downloaded the program and then I skipped to the easy bit. I skipped to the exciting bit. I skipped to the bit that would make me feel like I was doing something towards my goal, because my goal was to build a big, luscious set of glutes. And so whenever I downloaded this program and I saw this whole nutrition section, I was like, I don't need that shite. Like I just need to build a big juicy set of glutes. So I downloaded the program and started in the gym the next day. Do you know what I should have actually done? I should have ignored the gym training and I should have focused on the nutrition. So had I actually sat down and read the nutrition section, had I read what Emily had written, I've never even gone back to read it, but I'm pretty sure she must have explained what I explained in my program, how muscle is calorie hungry, how you have to raise your metabolism, how you can't actually build muscle unless you feed the muscle correctly, because muscle can't grow unless you feed it. And so I had been training hard for 3 months, but starving my body on 1,800 calories. So my body was literally catabolizing. So it was building muscle here, but because it didn't have any extra calories to pull from and it was in fat storage mode because I wasn't feeding it efficiently, my body was cannibalizing muscles in different parts of my body to break down as body fat to feed the muscle that I was building. So I was literally working. It was like I was pouring, it was like water was running into the bath and I was pouring water out of the bath just as fast as it was running in. And so had I focused on the nutrition aspect of the program for those first 3 months, I would have made so much better gains, hypothetically. But I feel like I wasted 3 months because I could have actually got the nutrition section and the weight training section on par together, and I would have succeeded so much faster. So why is this episode called Eat the Frog? Because I remember my husband always used to say this, and I think it is a pretty common saying, but if you were told that today and every day you had to eat a frog, when would you eat the frog? When would be the best time to eat the frog? Well, in the morning, because if you leave it until the afternoon or you leave it until the evening or you leave it until bedtime and you procrastinate throughout the whole day, you have it hanging over your head. But when you get it out of the way in the morning, when you do the difficult thing first, it makes the rest of the day so much easier. So you wake up, you do the difficult thing, you get it out of the way, and then you're free for the rest of the day. And that's exactly what it's like when you start a program or you start the process of body transformation. Most people just go straight to the fun part. They go straight to the part that's going to alleviate this feeling that we have inside of us, this feeling that says, this is not good enough. This feeling that says, I need to lose weight. I have a wedding coming up. I need bigger glutes. Usually we're not like idly scrolling looking for a fitness program. Usually there's something that triggers us. We're like, this is not good enough. So finally we reach the point where the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Up until now, the pain of staying the same has been here, but the pain of change has been here. You look at what it would take to transform this and you're like, But then one day something happens. Either you look in the mirror or you realize that your sweetheart proposes to you and you realize you've now got a wedding to look for, or something happens, or you're going on a vacation of a lifetime and you're going to be in a bikini, and suddenly, boom, the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. So what do? You go to the Sculpt the Vegan's website, you download the thing, you go, oh, I don't care what it costs. I'll figure out a way to make it happen. $1,000, no problem. I'll stick it on a credit card. I'll work extra hours or whatever, because the pain of staying the same is so great. So you just make it happen. But whenever that happens, that's when you get overexcited. And that's when you go, I just want to get to the good stuff. I'm seeing this at the minute with people in Extreme Body Makeover. And they're like, some people are so overwhelmed. We see this not a lot. We've only seen it a couple of times because we help with people. People are like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. But they're so overwhelmed because they're not taking the difficult thing and making it first and ignoring everything else. But that's what you have to do if you want to be successful. It's hard because you want to alleviate this pain that you now feel that this situation is not acceptable and it has to change. You want this pain to go away. And what will make it go away? Well, getting straight into the gym and getting onto that glute bridge and doing those glute exercises. That is what makes the pain go away. Not focusing on the nutrition section and reading the recipes and, oh my God, and having to make a meal plan and a shopping list and then cook and then spend 4 hours on a Sunday. Really? How's that going to give me a bigger butt? Like, really? No, it's long, it's hard, it's tedious, it requires shopping and cooking, and I hate cooking and reading and all that. I just got to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym. That's only going to take me like 45 minutes to 60 minutes. That's going to build me the bigger butt, right? Wrong. Wrong. What is going to build you your best body ever is focusing on the bit that scares the shit out of you first. And you do that first. You do that at the start of the day. You do that every day. You do that at the start of the journey. Once you picked your plan, you go through the plan. And the bit that you're like, don't really want to do that, that's the bit that you do first. Now, for some of you, it may be like terrifying to think about going to a gym or training from home, or maybe you haven't done any physical exercise in years and you're overweight and you're unfit and you've got dodgy knees and you're worried about hurting yourself and you're worried about looking stupid or falling on your face or going to the weight section of the gym, and you're like, oh my God, maybe that's what's causing you anxiety. So you look at the meal plan side and you're like, that feels so much better. I'll focus on the food. And so for you, the hard thing for you is actually going to the gym. And the easy part is meal prepping and planning your food. Well, for you, you should forget about meal prepping and planning your food right now and get into the gym first, and then do your meal prepping later in the day. So it depends on what the hardest part for you is. For most people, it's the meal planning and prepping. But you have to do the hardest thing first. You have to go through the information methodically, slowly. You have to give yourself time to digest it. Then you have to follow the plan. You have to make a food plan. Like on our Extreme Body Makeover, you don't actually have to make a food plan. We don't give you a solid meal plan to follow. We just give you principles. But we recommend that you meal prep on a Sunday, that you go, okay, I'm having this week every day for lunch, I'm having protein, I'm having tofu, and I'm having butter beans, and I'm having green beans and broccoli and a big green salad or some quinoa or something, and you mix all that together and that becomes your lunch, and you prep 7 of them and you put them in the fridge, or you prep 6 of them because you get a full cheat day on this program as well. So you can eat anything you want on day 7, and we encourage you to eat anything: pizzas, beer, Coca-Cola, chocolate cake, whatever, ice cream, whatever you want, right? It's all yours for the taking on day 7. So for those of you who struggle to get started, it's because you're trying to do the easy thing first rather than doing the hard thing first. So whenever I teach these masterclasses, I see a lot of people in these groups who come into the groups and they say things like, they're like, oh, I just wish Kim would teach me like what to eat. I just need to know what to eat and when to eat and how much to eat and what foods to eat. And I see constantly people wanting meal plans. But we have so many free meal plans on our website. We have meal plans that we offer at massive discounts and email offers. We have meal plans in all of our programs. We have provided every single resource that you would need to figure out what to eat. We have a meal planning masterclass for sale on the website, which is 3 hours long, which is only $97, which teaches you every single thing that you need to know about planning and tracking your food. But still people are like, I just need to know what to eat. It's not that you need to know what to eat, because even when I give people a meal plan, they don't follow it. All the information you need, I've already taught you. All the information you need is in all of our programs. Just any program. What you need to do is you need to eat the frog in the morning. You need to commit to sitting down with the program, any program that you have purchased from us or any program you've got from anyone else, and you need to figure out which bit is the hardest for you. And for most people, it is food. And you need to commit to figuring it out. Stop trying to make it easy or easier, okay? You're all trying to make it easy. Understand? I know, because I do this as well. We just want life to be easy. Human beings are comfort seekers. We want the easiest path. We just want it to be easy. It's never going to be easy in the beginning. And the hard thing that you avoid will never become easy. More information is not what you need. You need more discipline. Not more information, more discipline. You need to take that program that you purchased, or you need to jump into EBM where you have daily support, daily coaching, daily Zoom calls, daily live Q&As, the support of an entire community, 1,000 women supporting you every single day, telling you what you should do. Like, the amount of support that we're giving with this program is why the price is so high, because I couldn't possibly pay for all this coaching without charging a good amount for it. So You need to jump into a program, any program, and you need to do the hard thing. You need to do the hardest part of the program first. And you need to stop trying to make it easy. You need to commit to the fact that it's going to take a long time to master, because anything worth doing is hard. And you can do hard things. I know you can, because I've seen you taking care of young children and taking care of grandchildren and elderly, ailing, parents. I've seen you work in palliative care. I've seen you nurse sick people. I've seen you do night shifts and back-breaking work. I've seen you do hard things every single day. I've seen you have breast cancer, have bowel cancer, have Crohn's disease. I've seen you struggle and overcome and have knee replacements. I've seen you do hard things every day. You can do hard things. But rather than doing hard things that are kind of thrust upon you, I want you to step into doing hard things and do the hard thing in the program that you have avoided doing. And it'll feel so good whenever you start to tackle it. Break it down into chunks. Commit to 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, something. Just get started. Whether or not you purchase Extreme Body Makeover this weekend and jump into it, or whether you purchase one of my other programs, or whether you never purchase another program from me, this information is valid for everybody. Find a program, any program. Figure out what is the hardest part of it for you and do that first. Commit to the process, and that is what will make you successful. I could have given you a meal plan today. I could have given you a macro and calorie counted meal plan. I could have shown you how to calculate your TDEE. Could have shown you how to calculate your heart rate and all that. Like, you could have had a bona fide personalized plan in front of you. And you know what? You wouldn't have done it. You would have looked at the meal plan and gone, well, now I know what to eat, but now I have to plan it and meal plan. I have to learn my fitness pal. I have to track it. You would have looked at it and said, it's too hard. It's too hard. People don't want me to give them a meal plan. People want me to do all the work for them. Really, they don't know that that's what they want, but that is actually what they want, because when I give them a meal plan, they don't follow it. So you don't need a meal plan. You need to suck it up, princess, and either get into the kitchen or get into the gym and do the hard thing, because that's the only way you're going to achieve success. And if you don't master your nutrition, you will never be successful in bodybuilding, because mastering your nutrition genuinely is the one thing that will absolutely transform you in the long term. And it's the one thing that will sculpt you the body that you've always wanted. It'll give you 6-pack abs. It'll help to build big quads, nice glutes. It'll shred body fat. It'll help with your skin elasticity. If you have saggy skin from losing weight, it'll help with all of that. It'll help your hair grow, your nails grow. It'll make your skin healthier. Like, you've no idea how much changing your nutritional habits will transform your life. And if that is the hard thing for you, then master that first. Commit to the process. 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day. And if you want to do more, do more. Commit to reading, learning, practicing MyFitnessPal, tracking your nutrition, download a program and commit to reading it. Just throw off the timeline. Give yourself the grace to slow down and learn. Because at the minute, it's whatever you're doing isn't working for you, I imagine, which is why you're here. So if you need to do something different, then do it and give yourself the grace and the time to learn it. Don't expect that it'll happen overnight. Most of us are just far too impatient. One thing about building this business has taught me, and bodybuilding as well, is that anything worth having takes time. Anything worth having takes time. Genuinely, it takes a far longer time, a lot longer than you would ever want, but it is so worthwhile when you get there. So that's it for today. Another nice short little masterclass. Please write me a post or leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know, are you inspired? Let me know the thing that you struggle with the most. I want you to write in the group and tell me which aspect of bodybuilding or body transformation you struggle with the most. Write it, and then we're going to help you to create a plan to tackle it, and you're going to commit to a persistency to tackle it if you want to transform it, and we're going to support you while you do it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, if you want to win the $10,000, you have to be there live. It is at 4 p.m. UK time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern, because we have had daylight savings now. It is 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, And I believe it's like 1 a.m. Brisbane, which is a bit shitty, sorry. But it's the only time that we could make, unfortunately, with the time zones. So if you do want to be in with the chance of winning the $10,000, you do have to be there live. I'm not going to be doing a whole presentation first. We are going to do a bit of just a bit of a chat and then jump right into doing the scholarships, and then we're going to do the giveaway afterwards. But you do have to be there live because we're giving away the $10,000 to somebody who is there live. You have to be there live and have made a comment, and we're going to be giving away, but you haven't had to do anything to enter the $10,000 challenge this time. You just had to be there live. So be there live tomorrow. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really fun. We're going to give away, I think, 14 scholarships to women who have applied, which is absolutely amazing. Some incredible women have sent us the most awesome videos, and it's just been heartwarming to watch the videos. So thank you so much to everybody who has applied for scholarship. And also, just one more thing, thank you so much to everybody who has donated, because I think like 300 women donated to the fund to be able to enable us to give 14 scholarships. I myself donated £5,000 to it. So anyway, I just want to say thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow live with Laura at 4 p.m. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Tell me what you loved about it. And I'll catch up with you all soon. Okay, sending you a big kiss. Lots of love from me, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.